B-17 started out its life as the Model 299. First flew in 1935. Approximately 12,700 B-17s have been built, and only 4 are still airworthy to this day. It was called the Flying Fortress due to the fact it had 13 50 caliber machine guns positioned in every single corner. However, no gun had more than a minute's supply of ammunition.
Call for Mr. Alex Byrne, please. Mr. Alex Byrne, please come to the commentary position. Mr. Alex Byrne, please to the commentary position. We have some property of yours.
The Flying Fortress has a crew of 10 people, including the pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, navigator, radio operator, flight engineer, ball turret gunner, tail gunner, and 2 waist gunners. Oh, that was a mouthful. An amazing statistic, it took Germans on average 20 hits with 20mm shells to down the B-17. And with only an accuracy like the B-17 Flying Fortress crews was pretty tough. Only a 50% chance of coming home during a bombing raid. The average age of a bomber crew is just 25 years old, which is my age today, and they're expected to fly over a target mission 25 times before they can go home. Over 79,000 Air Force personnel unfortunately perished in the war. And in Sally B, as we see today, there's a plaque in the radio operator's position commemorating these people. Not only was it extremely dangerous due to the Germans fighting the aircraft, they also had a distinct lack of oxygen and also frostbite, because they operated at quite high altitudes. So only 24% of the people that operated these aircraft entered the war unscathed. Sally B, as we see today, is Europe's largest airworthy B-17. Which is basically very warranty conductor, only short flight over there. Due to the B-17s are equipped with 4 engines, all radials, producing 1,200 horsepower each. It's incredible. In 1979, Ted White and Ellie Sallingbow formed the B-17 Preservation Fund Trust in order to raise funds to keep this amazing aircraft airworthy. Unfortunately, in 1982, Ted perished whilst flying at Harvard. Ellie continued this role as chairman and has since then fought extremely hard to keep this beauty in the skies. Eagle-eye spotters may have noticed on the number 3 engine, which is on the right-hand side, closest to the fuselage, the engine housing is painted in a different colour. It's a black and yellow checker design, which is in order to commemorate Ted because the Harvard he flew whilst he perished and the same colour scheme. Just to put it in perspective, the wingspan is a staggering 103 feet, which is 25 feet longer than a tennis court. And its length is 74 feet.
So, that that I showed to you was my own. Nigeria flag.
Now, due to the aircraft having so many weapons in each corner, it was extremely hard for the Germans to attack it. The easiest way for them was to do it straight ahead, high. Hence the term, 12 o'clock high.
Please. That's what he said.
Doing a fly past with the bomb bay doors open.
So as you went past, you can see the bomb bay doors open. It's a very, very small bomb blade compared to something of the Lancaster. So, Ollie, I'm going to put you on the spot. Why would it have such a small bomb load on such a big aircraft?
Oh, blimey. Well, it's a ginormous aircraft, so normally you'd think that the bomb bay, or the bomb loading, would be extremely high. Well, I'm not sure now. Is it something to do with the fuel?
No, the B-17 was really created and designed for the Pacific War. So long range bombing missions. Wasn't really designed to come into Europe. But of course it's great for the raids onto Berlin because it can get all the way there and back as per our Lancasters. But the Lancaster can carry its own weight in bombs, whereas B-17, same weight as something like the Mosquito. So completely different things, but it is designed for a different purpose, but really was superb when the Americans, when they turn up, a bit like the First War, we started, in the long ranges right into Europe. Of course, the Mustangs also had to have the drop tanks to give them the long range runs. So they would have the drop tanks sort of fuel. When they ran out of fuel, they drop them on the enemy, got rid of those, and then you can actually escort the B-17s all the way into Germany, all the way back. So actually, it all worked very, very well indeed. And if you walk around, if you have the privilege of walking around inside Sally B, you walk across the top of the bomb bay. There's a very narrow plank, a bit like the Pirates of the Caribbean, and you can look down at the whole bomb bay there. Can you imagine doing that during the day or at night in turbulence, being shot at? It was very, very difficult for all the bombers' crews. That smokes on purpose.